Before we get into this story, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss future coin discoveries that could completely change what you think about everyday money and hidden value in your pocket change. A lot of people ignore old coins, especially coins they think are common or outdated, but history has proven again and again that sometimes the smallest piece of metal can carry the biggest surprise. Today, we're focusing on something that looks ordinary at first glance, but has created curiosity among collectors around the world. The 5 Rand 2004 coin from South Africa. Now, imagine this for a moment. You're sitting at home, maybe going through an old drawer, a tin box, or even a forgotten wallet that belonged to a relative. You find a coin that you once thought was just spare change. It is heavy enough to feel important. It has a strong metallic shine, even after years, and it carries markings that tell a story of a nation, its economy, and its time in history. That is exactly where many people first encounter the 5 Rand 2004 coin. It is not just a piece of currency. It is a snapshot of South Africa during a period of transition and growth, and for collectors, that alone already gives it meaning. The 5 Rand coin was part of South Africa's modern currency system, designed to represent stability and national identity. The year 2004 places it in a time when the country was continuing to develop its financial system after major political and economic transformation. Coins like this were produced in large numbers for circulation, meaning millions of people used them daily for basic transactions. You would find them in shops, in taxis, in markets, and in everyday exchanges without anyone giving them a second thought. But here is where the story becomes interesting. In the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics, not all coins are judged only by how many were made. Some coins become valuable because of rare minting errors, unusual variations, limited batches, or unexpected historical significance. Even coins that were once considered ordinary can suddenly become highly desirable if collectors discover something unique about them. This is why people still check their old coins carefully today, even ones that seem completely normal at first glance. The 5 Rand 2004 coin has been discussed in collector communities for a variety of reasons. Some collectors look for specific mint marks, slight variations in strike quality, or unusual production differences that might set one coin apart from millions of others. In most cases, a standard circulated coin from this year does not hold high market value, and is typically worth only its face value or slightly more, depending on condition. However, collectors are always alert to anomalies, because history has shown that small differences can sometimes create unexpected demand. Condition plays a major role in coin value. A coin that has been heavily used, scratched, or damaged usually holds little interest for serious collectors. On the other hand, a coin that has been preserved in near perfect condition, with sharp edges, clear engravings, and original shine, can attract attention. These high-grade coins are often evaluated under strict grading systems where even tiny imperfections matter. The better the condition, the more likely it is to be considered collectible. There is also the psychological side of coin collecting that should not be ignored. People are naturally drawn to stories of hidden treasures, unexpected discoveries, and everyday objects turning into something extraordinary. That is why coin stories spread quickly, especially when someone claims a rare coin is worth an extraordinary amount. It creates excitement, curiosity, and sometimes even disbelief. But in reality, verified value depends on expert evaluation, auction results, and documented rarity, not just viral claims. When it comes to the 5 Rand 2004 coin specifically, most verified market activity does not place it anywhere near extreme valuation. It remains a modern circulation coin, and while it can have collectible appeal, it is not typically considered rare in standard form. However, collectors always emphasize checking for unusual minting errors or unique variations, because those are the situations where value can change significantly. Now let's talk about what makes people pay attention to coins like this. It is not always about gold or silver content. It is not always about age. Sometimes it is about perception, rarity in specific conditions, or simply demand from collectors who are trying to complete a set. When demand rises and supply of a specific variation is low, prices can increase. That is the basic principle behind most collectible markets, including coins. Many experienced collectors recommend examining coins under good lighting, checking both sides carefully, and comparing them with verified reference images from trusted numismatic sources or catalogs. They also suggest avoiding quick assumptions based on internet rumors, because the coin world is full of exaggerated claims that do not always match real auction data. Still, stories continue to circulate about coins like the 5 Rand 2004 becoming extremely valuable under rare circumstances. Some of these stories are based on misunderstandings, while others are exaggerated interpretations of unique auction events involving different coins or error types. This is why education and careful evaluation are so important before making any judgment about value. If you're someone who enjoys this kind of discovery, the key is patience and attention to detail. Coin collecting is not about instant riches. It is about observation, history, and sometimes long-term appreciation. Many collectors spend years learning what to look for, and even then, surprises still happen. That is what keeps the hobby alive and exciting. As we bring this discussion toward its conclusion, it is important to remember that the 5 Rand 2004 coin is part of modern circulation history. In most cases, it remains a common coin used for everyday transactions during its time. However, the world of collecting always leaves room for exceptions, and that is what keeps people searching, checking, and hoping they might find something unusual in their possession. And now for the part that often captures attention in viral discussions and exaggerated online claims. There have been unverified statements circulating suggesting that certain rare variations or speculative listings of similar coins have been associated with values as high as $17 million. It is extremely important to understand that such figures are not confirmed by standard numismatic auction records and should be treated as claims rather than verified market value. Real coin valuation requires professional grading, authentication, and documented sale history. And without those, numbers like this remain speculative and not representative of typical market reality.